Hello, and I hope you are doing well wherever it is you are watching, whenever it is. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you for choosing to watch this video. I admit the title is a bit of clickbait, but if it gets more people to watch it and the point comes across, then that's fine by me. And it's true, it's sensationalist, but it is true. I would not and should not gamble, even if I knew I was always going to win, in that somehow hypothetical case. Before I dive in, I didn't want to take a moment to thank everybody for their support of these videos. One of them in particular has got quite a lot of traction, and as a result, there's been many wonderful messages I've received, also many interesting messages, which is always going to happen when it reaches a lot of people. I do want to encourage anybody that feels like reaching out for any reason, as some people have, to continue to do so. It gives me a great idea of topics as well that might need addressing, such as this one. I think will resonate and needs to be out there. I say such as this one because many of the comments on that I've received have all been about money, basically, and how gambling issues is about money, and that if you're able to win, for example, that gambling isn't a problem, and if you're losing, it obviously is a problem, and how much of a problem depends on how much you win or lose. And I understand that to be a reaction from somebody who doesn't have an issue with compulsive addictive behavior. I understand a knee-jerk reaction that tells me, nah, I don't believe you. If you're really presented with a case and you don't do it, then you'd be just stupid, because you're simply going to win money. It's going to be good. You have no chance of losing. Why not take it? So, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, of course. And for most people, this scenario where you could be assured of gambling and winning money would be fantastic. Why is it not good for me? I want to explain a couple of things. Firstly, the reason that for me it wouldn't be a good idea, and for other reason it would be an absolute no-brainer. And in doing so, hopefully I will explain the absolute power compulsive gambling has, and how the financial hurt, the financial part of it, it really is just the tip of the iceberg. Although, and when I say, it is the thing that is most apparent and can be most felt by the person who is going through it, as well as the people around them. The damage might first be seen to be financial, but that really is the tip of the iceberg. Yeah. And the other thing is when you, in terms of recovery, the one thing that is guaranteed that will get better as soon as you make a decision to stop gambling is the financial situation. Often it may feel like things are going crazy, out of control, but I've seen it many times, experienced myself. Once you make a decision not to gamble, from there things can't get worse. If you look at things, you can always work things out. There can always be a plan to be made, where if you don't make things worse, then you're able to attack things and sort of, see how things go, and it'll work out. Quite a number of years ago, my addiction counselor told me whenever I had a desire, temptation to act out on gambling or any compulsive addictive type behavior, what you need to do is play the tape to the end. So think about what the best possible scenario you want to do is, and your ideal scenario. So for gambling, for example, it might be, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to make a bet on a football match, and I'm going to win, and it's going to be an amazing return. I'm going to win a lot of money. Play out the tape to the end. How's that going to turn out to be? And the clickbait scenario, such as one where you're guaranteed to winning, even if that came to be, let's say I was playing high stakes poker against a bunch of 4-year-olds, and I knew that I would just win heaps and heaps of money. Surely that would be a smart, good thing to do. For me, no. My desire to gamble, the reason why I'm an addicted gambler, has nothing to do with achieving some sort of financial success. It wasn't a means to an end. I didn't gamble in order to achieve a a certain amount of money. When I achieve that, I'll work away. And this is the key. If I gamble and win money, I will be miserable. Why? And why, and it's something that might not seem apparent to other people, is because the compulsive gambling, even if you're winning, and let's be realistic, it's not often that's the case, is going to seep its way into every part of your life, or of my life, speaking for myself. Regardless if I'm winning money or not, if I'm an active gambler, it will take top priority. It will decrease the serene enjoyment and satisfaction you can feel from family moments. Everything else in life becomes less appealing when you're comparing it to the high, the adrenaline rush you get from gambling, or again, from really any addictive type behavior. My concentration would, even if I'm not in action of gambling, my concentration, when am I going to place my next bet? How am I going to do it? That would always be on my mind. And when I wouldn't be doing it, I'd be very irritable and end up becoming very isolated because I don't feel like talking to people. I just want to get to my own thing. There are a few things in control that I have in control of my life, that I can sort of make a decision how things are going to go. Obviously, you make your decisions and the rest is up to God, how that turns out to be. But I know the one thing, or one of maybe a few things, that will definitely destroy my life is if I continue to gamble, if I continue to act on addictive type of behavior. And the key is this, to do with gambling or anything else. It's not necessarily to do with the actual behavior, it's to do with how it goes into all parts of your life. And people who are addicts will understand what I'm talking about. And hopefully, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, that's great, because it obviously means that that compulsive type of addiction is not with you. And with all that, with everything that I've said above, with all the reasons of why I wouldn't gamble, or why I know it's not great to become addicted to anything, with all that, I've still known all that before and still done it before, even though I knew all that. And it really is, that's why it really is about keeping your, for an addict to keep recovery in your life. For me, 12-step meetings to make sure I go to at least one a week, to make sure my thinking is right, so that I all the things that I just mentioned, I actually know, understand, and can process, because I can know all those things. That if I go through a year without any focus on my recovery, all of a sudden those logical things might go to the back, and what might come to the front is just the fact of my basic desire of what I want to do at this moment, regardless of how it's going to affect things. If you've made it to here, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Please, again, feel free to send me a message, put in any comment. Please share, please subscribe so you get notified, or ring that bell that's at the bottom. Thank you very much, and all the best.